Welcome to Study Loop.
So you want to know the difference between graphene and graphite. So graphene is one layer of carbon atoms. So just picture these as um, hexagons, which I know this looks like so bad. But anyway, basically you can think of graphene as one layer. So think of it as like a sheet of paper. And the best way to think of this as one layer is to spell out the word one. And notice that one ends in NE, and so does graphene. So that helps you remember that it's one layer of carbon atoms. So each of these is a carbon atom. Carbon atom, carbon atom, carbon atom, etc. So in its pure form, graphene is entirely carbon. So graphite is also made up entirely of carbon, but it is made up of a bunch of layers of graphene. So once again, if we're thinking of graphene as a one layer of carbon atoms, graphite is a whole bunch of layers on top of each other. So if each layer is basically a straight line in our little diagram here, graphite is a whole bunch of lines stacked on top of each other. And they are connected through dispersion forces. So each of these would be connected and overall would form graphite. So graphite is multiple layers. So graphene is only one layer of carbon atoms. So once again, they're both made up of entirely carbon, so no other elements are involved, assuming that both of them are pure. So that means that, going back to our question, we know it can't be D because they're both made up of all carbon. We also know that it's most likely not going to be C because both graphene and graphite are made up of the same thing, carbon. So, and they both are sp2 hybridized, which means the carbon is in a planar fashion. So sp2. And you can see that here from picturing it as a sheet. So that's a planar fashion. So sp2. So it's not going to be E. So, and we also know that both graphene and graphite are made up of a whole bunch of carbon atoms together into a giant molecule. So it can't be A. So our best answer here is B, which shows that graphite is a whole bunch of graphene layers combined and held together by dispersion forces. So I hope this helps you better understand the difference between graphene and graphite.